Welcome back, everybody. In today's Destination Education, September is College Savings Month, and with the cost of higher education skyrocketing, the sooner you start, obviously the better. According to the National Center for Education Statistics, the average tuition for a four-year private university in the United States is nearly $33,000 a year, and many of the country's top schools can run you more than double that. But there are some things that you can do right now. Here to discuss the newest trends in college saving is education saving expert and senior director of Upromise, Derek DeLorenzo. Good morning, Derek. This is a conversation that's so important to have right now. Welcome to Good Day Late this morning.
Well, thank you for having me today.
So I've heard people say the moment your child is born, that is the moment you start saving for college. Is that true?
It is true. I will also tell you it's never too late to start saving for college as well, but the earlier the better. And what you really want to do is establish a system of repetitive contributions, whether it's monthly coming from your checking and savings account or coming out of your payroll. And really the best place to save for college is in your state-issued 529 plan. They are very much cost-effective, easy to use, professionally managed, and provide a number of wonderful state and federal income tax benefits.
What are some things you can do to reduce the cost of college? And how soon should you start thinking about this stuff?
Yeah, so fortunately, there are many, many ways to help reduce the cost of college. Some of them you want to start very early on in your middle school to high school opportunities, like scholarships and grants. But others, I just want to provide a few other options that can really offer more substantial savings. So if you start thinking about things like attending a local community college, that's probably your most cost-effective way of getting a great education. Second is to then attend an in-state public college or university. And there, as you mentioned in the intro, you could save yourself potentially $30,000 per year versus utilizing a private school. Next, if you have the opportunity to commute, I highly recommend that you do that. You are talking about cost savings of $8,000 to $12,000 per year versus living on campus. And lastly, I can't stress enough, try to complete your college degree in 4 years, if not less. That really stops the opportunity for costs and additional expenses to keep adding up.
Would you also recommend, I know when I was in high school, taking some AP courses or college courses while in high school in order to speed up the time you actually spent at a university?
That's correct. And that's either going to speed up your time, so you'll do it in less than 4 years, or reduce the number of tuition credits you have to pay for over that 4-year period.
You know, I'm glad you brought up taking time and going to a community school for the first 2 years before transferring over to university. I know so many people who did that. Not only did they save money, but they also got some clarity as to what career path they perhaps wanted to follow. I do remember, though, those people who did do this, they felt as though there was some stigma, that they weren't going to a 4-year university or college, and they felt a bit shy and embarrassed about that. Do you think that stigma still exists? And if so, what can people do to shake that off?
Well, I do think that stigma exists a little bit, although I think it's going down. I really do believe people should really try and kick that concept. The important objective is to get your degree, and to get your degree in a very efficient manner as possible. So you're trying to reduce your student loans. So going to a big name school that you think has more prestige, but you're saddled with a tremendous amount of student debt at the end, may not really be the best option for you.
Yeah, I think when you put those numbers out there, it will be a sobering factor in helping people shake off that stigma. And then you talk about prices and you think about all the books you have to buy and how much those books cost. And then every semester you had to get a new set of books and the old edition wasn't good enough anymore. I think it's important for those kids going to school to think about getting those used books. It's okay to get a used book.
There are so many opportunities like a used book to help reduce your costs. So if you can spend $10 on a used book versus $50 on a new book, if you can get that same book online for even a fraction of that price, those are all great opportunities. Watching how you manage your meal plan is important. How you manage your other spending is also important. And then obviously, any opportunity you have to save really rings home the message.
Derek, you've put together a college saving monthly checklist. Let's run through those tips.
Sure. So one of the most important is to make sure that you are making contributions on a regular basis. So monthly savings into a 529 plan is really your best opportunity. A next step is to ensure that you are getting friends and family to participate in that process. So most 529 plans today provide gifting platforms that allow you to invite friends and family to help you save for college and help your child save for college. Grandparents are a great source of savings as well. And lastly, looking for additional services, things like cashback rewards programs like Upromise are a great way to get free additional dollars into your 529 plan.
And lastly, Derek, real quick before we let you go, is the expense of college worth it?
Yes, it really is. Even though the costs continue to rise, there are a number of studies out today that are pointing to the fact that a person with a college degree, on average, can earn over 80% more than someone with just a high school diploma. So finding ways to get additional savings into your 529 plan is very important.
Wow, that's impressive, huh? All right, Derek, thanks so much. Really appreciate you taking time to be with us. Great tips there. And if you would like more tips on how to save for college, just go to upromise.com. Michaela.